Hey boys and girls, my name is Reptile Robin, and today we are going to learn about the animals known as reptiles. Reptiles are animals that belong to the class Reptilia. Some things that place an animal in the class Reptilia include the ability to breathe air, lay shell eggs, and have a scaly skin. Reptiles are also cold-blooded animals, which means that they rely on their surroundings to maintain their internal body temperature. Today we will discuss each of the characteristics that place an animal in the class Reptilia, and we will finish up by looking at a few examples of reptiles. The first characteristic that we will discuss is the reptile's ability to breathe air. Much like humans, reptiles have lungs that allow them to breathe air. While all reptiles have lungs, the way they work differs from reptile to reptile. These differences occur as a result of the environment or feeding habits. The next characteristic we will discuss is the reptile's ability to lay eggs. Most reptiles lay eggs in which the babies will develop and grow. These types of eggs supply the developing baby with all the nutrients it will need to grow. The hatchlings or baby reptiles are able to escape from the egg by using a tiny tooth which usually falls off a few days after hatching. The next characteristic that we're going to talk about is scaly skin. Reptiles are the only animals besides fish that have scaly skin. The scales are made of something known as keratin and are periodically shed by most reptiles. One example is a snake that sheds its skin several times throughout the year. The last reptilian characteristic we are going to talk about is how they regulate their body temperature. Reptiles are labeled as cold-blooded because they have to depend on their environment to regulate their body temperature. For example, some reptiles will alternate between sunny spots and shady spots depending on whether they want to warm up or cool down. Other reptiles that live in extremely hot areas such as the desert only move about at night when it is cooler. Now it is time to talk about the different kinds of reptiles. There are 6 main types of reptiles: turtles and tortoises, lizards, worm lizards, snakes, tutoras, and crocodilians. Well, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed our lesson on reptiles and hope you learned some new interesting facts. I strongly recommend the book Firefly Encyclopedia of Reptiles and Amphibians, 2nd edition by Charles Madison for further information on reptiles.